Did you know a goldfish is beating Elden Ring?
Yes! That's my goldfish!
Now, depending on who you ask, some people will say this game is difficult, and then there's the others who've gone out their way to make it harder. Personally, I'm part of the former. I've never actually finished Elden Ring, and even worse, I'm ashamed to admit it, I've only ever finished Bloodborne. I know, I'm ashamed of myself too. But no more. I will not be tormented by the likes of this fish. So we're going to go finish Elden Ring and claim my title with Elden Lord. For my starter class, I've gone for the Vagabond, as the armor looks cool, and as for my guy's appearance, I don't really care, though he does have a cool little moustache. Only when watching my footage back, I realised I didn't choose a keepsake for myself, so I'm starting strong. I wake up in a church for reasons and steal this guy's finger. Gross. Mooching along, we come to our first boss. This guy doesn't know that I've soloed Final Fantasy VII Rebirth on hard, and he's about to feel my power. No, I'm dead. Thrown into a pit like the piece of trash I am, a horse sniffs me and I wake up in Limgrave. Up the elevator and now out to the lands between, and we meet a creepy dude who mocks me for being maidenless.
Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
I see a dude on a horse in the distance who I reckon I could take. Oh god, it was a mistake. We roll up to another church by the looks of it and meet Santa. Guess I haven't been very good this year, as I have to buy what I want from him, so I go and get some runes. I go off to a dungeon and fight a cat thing. Now that I've got some runes, I can buy things like the crafting kit. Now a little bit more prepared, according to that guy earlier that laughed at me, we now have to make our way towards Stormvale Castle. Looks like a bunch of dudes are camped out here, which means there's stuff for me to steal. Not happy that I've tried to help myself to their stuff, I run for my life to the nearest site of grace and I meet a maiden. Play it cool, man. Play it cool. I use my best chat-up lines, and I think it works as she gives me a horse. On top of this, I can now level up, not that I really have any runes. Now to try out my new horse, we run past a bunch of trolls and guys with arrows. Why is everyone so aggressive? This is when I come across another maiden who again I hit with my best chat-up lines, which I think works again as she gives me a jellyfish. Who's maidenless now, bitch? Finished with chatting up my maiden, I continue towards Stormvale, running away from everything, and I'm outside our first hurdle. So here we have Margit the Fellowman. What did he fall on? I don't know, but now he's back up and he's pissed off. He kills me pretty easily, doesn't help that I'm doing very little damage against him, so it's probably wise I go level up, which involves the Cave of Dogs, access to the Round Table Hold. Oh my god, she's holding my hand. Getting this thing, getting jump scared by a dragon, watching a gang fight, meeting one of the three storms, chilling with a turtle, and befriending a talking bush.
You there? Stop pretending you can't see me.
Turns out the talking bush is a little guy called Bok who gives me a mushroom. Now that we are best friends, he tells me about how he's being bullied and no one fucks with one of my homies, so I head to the base of the mean people and I kill them all. All of them. Looks like our new buddy's at the base too, so I give him back his sewing kit. Now filled with determination, it's time to go back and deal with Margit. Margit, I'm not the same man as before. Okay then, he's a slippery dude. I guess it's time to swallow my pride and use some jolly cooperation. Now, there are people out there that would be like, oh, summoning is cheating. I don't give a shit. They're put in the game for a reason, and if it prevents me from being here for the next couple of hours, I'm going to use him. And it looks like I made the right choice, as now Margit is distracted, I'm able just to poke him to death. Now Margit has fell and can't get up, we carry on through the castle, though I realised I hadn't picked up the bell for my summons, so I head back to the Church of Ella and meet myself another maiden who gives me a little bell. Before I can even try to be smooth, she just dissolves. I quite literally have just been ghosted. Anywho, back to the castle now, and
Who there? Come over here, would you?
looks like I've come across Asmongold. He tells me a bunch of stuff, not that I listen, as I carry on around the outside of the castle. I enter a room and some night dude tries to jump me, so I poke him to death. Not today, bitch. More venturing, and what the fuck is that? I reckon I could take it. Haha, pathetic. Still looking for my way through, and I guess I won't go this way. Lots of parkour and running for my life. I've reached the next site of grace. While I was here, I added the Morning Star to my arsenal, as it does bleed, which will be handy against enemies with high health. Further on, and a lady watches me kill a bird, which must have impressed her, as she offers to lend me a hand against his boss of the area, which is exactly what I do. I also summon a jellyfish. Now it's time to fight Godric the Grafted. This lovely looking thing has high defense against what I would call magic in this game. Not that is a problem for me, as I plan to beat him to death. death. So this guy has some annoying AoE wind attacks, but luckily they don't seem to hurt that much. Otherwise, the only other thing worth noting is he likes to roll everywhere. Well, he's not the only one that can roll around and get slapped about. Down to around 50% health, he throws a tantrum and somehow grafts a dragon's head onto his arm. Now he's spewing fire everywhere, but that's not a problem as I just run behind him and continue poking him. Nothing else really to add. I continue to smack him about and he goes down without any issues at all. My jellyfish floats over and even gives me a little celebration kiss.
Mwah.
Oh, thank you. With Godric out the way, we head on through to find a grape that tastes a little bit funny, and then we walk into Lernia the Lake, which is where I come across another maiden. My god, they just can't get enough. She wants a grape, which is convenient as I just found one 5 seconds ago, and being a gentleman, I give it to her. Also, my homeboy Bok is here, who now becomes my personal stylist. I meet Kratos, who's come on hard times by the looks of it, and he asks for some runes. In return, he tells me about a school of magic nearby, which is where I guess I'll head next. Would have been nice if he warned me about the lobster problem they were having, or the fact that there is knights and whatever the hell that thing is everywhere. Either way, I reach the gates to Hogwarts only to find it's locked and I need a glintstone key. Luckily for me, this dead dude here has a map on him showing me where I can find it. A little annoying, but it's only a short ride away. It's at a fucking dragon. I bet I can take it. Okay, then I guess I'll go level up a little bit, which involves being tickled by some hairy fingers, impressing Vare with my many maidens, getting revenge on the first boss, using my new gift from Vare, running for my life up a hill, then shooting a bird and watching him flop off a cliff. Work smart, not hard. Now less brittle than I was, I head back to get my revenge on a dragon and steal his key. Past the gate, I head into the school where some peasant magic users try to stop me, so I chop them in half. About 10 minutes of being attacked by mages and zombies, I'm outside a boss who is a giant doggo. Sorry boy, but I gotta put you down. Oh, you little bitch. Second attempt and the magic dog goes down. Now it's just time for his owner. Dodging a bunch of giant balls and killing this dude, we're at our next boss. Here I am rolling up on a single mother of like 50. My inner Anakin comes out and I start attacking them. Completely defenseless against a guy with a giant axe, Renala doesn't have much of a choice but to go down. Why am I beating this woman? Why? This is when the maiden who ghosted me earlier appears, but in the form of Renala, but pissed off. She must be a pure intellect build as there's magic shit everywhere. When did this turn into a bullet hell? After having a bunch of books and shit thrown at me, I'm back against Renala Mark II. I summon my jellyfish and we chop her in half. Now I've purged the world of these filthy intellect users, I carry on towards Bellum Highway. I run all the way to the Dectus lift, only to realise I haven't picked up any of the medallions. For fuck's sake. Okay, now I have the medallions, it's up the lift into the Atlas Plateau, and now it's just a case of jumping on my horse and running from these two giant dudes with axes, this giant gargoyle with an axe, these giants with bows and axes, and now this giant on a horse. It looks like I have no other choice but to deal with this pest to get into the city, so I'm gonna fuck him up. Go jellyfish, go! You filthy magic user, ugh. Begone, foul fiend. Now in the city, I stop at the site of Grace and my maiden tells me we need to talk. I swear those other maidens mean nothing. After dumping me like a sack of shit, luckily my homeboy Bok is there to console me. It's all good though till I get poked to death. No worries as I can just run past everything which is all going to plan until this asshole blows me off the edge. You fucking bitch. Eventually I run into Godfrey who kills me before I even realise what's going on. You bitch. Not this time, motherfucker, as I'm ready for his shit. Plus I summon my noble jellyfish again and we exercise this ghost boss thing. But we have no time to celebrate as straight up next is Margit. I could summon an NPC here, but as it's my ex, I'd rather die. In I go and Margit kills me before I even hit him. Next attempt I managed to do loads of damage to him and he seems pretty easy. Well, that is until he gets below 50% health and starts relentlessly attacking, giving me no room to attack. Luckily for me, my most trusted companion, the jellyfish, is here to help me. A couple more attempts later and victory is mine. It's been a long, hard-fought journey, but I'm finally at the base of the Erd Tree and I'm ready to take my title of Elden Lord. Oh, it's locked.